Good day, my name is Adrian Luis Malonzo, and today we're going to cut a hindquarter of the beef. And by the way, I do have a 6 years solid experience as a butchery, 3 years in slaughterhouse in the Philippines, specifically in Mother Earth, and 3 years experience on meat cutting here in UAE. Now let's go ahead and start processing the meat. Right now we're going to separate different parts of the meat, which is the top side, silver side, knuckle, and the shank, and also the rump. Let's go ahead and start. First, we need to remove this one, the fat. So we will make a trimmings as well. Make sure to remove the fat. Now we're working on our way to the flank area. As you can see, this is the flank right here. Flank, sometimes we use this in making mince. And now we're going to work on to the tenderloin. As you can see, this is the tenderloin right here. There you go. Make sure to be very gently when it comes to tenderloin. You can only use the tip of your knife. Now this is the tenderloin. It's a nice piece. And now we are going to remove the loin here, right here. As you can see, you can come closer. As you can see, there is a joint right here. You need to use your tip of your knife to remove this one. There you go. Going to remove this one for the boneless. On the side. Now we're going to remove the tail part. I'm going to trim this one first. This is the oxtail. And then right now we will go into boneless, the hip part. This one. Close it. We need to separate more. order for you to get access into the meat, all you have to do is locate the joint of the hip. It's right here, right over here. There you go. As you can see, we are now looking at the rump area, and right now we're going to work on the top side. Come closer. But now we're going to work on the top side. As you can see, there is a separation. Now, what you are looking right now is the top side. This one is good for steak, stroganoff, and fondue. Now we're going to work on the knuckle part. Well, in order for you to get clear access as much as possible, you do not leave any kind of meat into the bone if it's not really necessary. Sometimes I use the back of my knife to get a clear access to the bone. There you go. You can see this is the joint right here. Now we're going to do a trimmings. we have our knuckle part. So, this is the knuckle. Make sure to use your honing knife. And what we are looking right now is the part of the rump. We don't usually cut or boneless the the rump. We usually include it to the hip bone. So right now we, just for the sake of the video, we include it to the boneless part. Now we're going to work on the silver side. What we are looking right now is the silver side. Beautiful cut. And that's and this one is the shank part. We also have a part right here, which is the shin. One is the shin. And this one is the ossobuco. And sometimes they use this one for the soup. Upside. Right now we're going to cut some of our famous cuts in the market, which is the fondue and the stroganoff. And we will do a little bit of trimmings. Make sure to separate this one. This one's good for mince. See this one. And we can include, or we can make a steak. Right now we're going to make a steak. Sometimes making a steak, it depends on the customer's requests on how thick it is. Make sure it's cut properly. Save this one for later. Now we have ourselves a steak. Yep. This one is a steak. Now we're going to make a stroganoff, which is a thin slice of the meat. These are the examples of a stroganoff cut. And sometimes the customer is asking for a fondue, which is a small cube cuts. These are the cuts, fondue cuts. Separate that. And also, some customers asking for a cube. Which is a big chunks, cube diced meat. Actually, you can do a lot of things in the top side, so that's totally depends on the customer's request. And that's it for now. My name is Adrian. Thank you for watching. Good day. My name is Adrian Luis S. Malonzo. I have 6 years total experience as a butchery, 3 years in slaughterhouse in the Philippines in Mother Earth, and 3 years experience in UAE, specifically in Dubai in meat cutting. And right now, today we will going to demonstrate how to do boneless in lamb leg, which is, it has the same parts like the beef carcass, the beef leg. All right, so let's go ahead and start. And as we will going to parts the leg on their corresponding muscles. So let's begin. If you have a lamb leg like this, make sure it has a good texture. The smell, make sure it doesn't have any smell for the consumers. And there you go. Make sure to check this expiry as well. And here you go. There. As you can see, we have a good meat right here. It's a lamb leg. All right, let's go ahead and start. Make sure you use a tissue to remove the excess liquid or the excess blood of the meat. All right. There you go. And make sure your knife is sharp as possible. And there you go. And let's go ahead and let's start for the trimming. And most of the customers don't need the excess fat, so they will ask the butcher to remove the fat. So let's go ahead and start. Now at first we will going to remove this part, the hooks part. Come closer. So you can see, you must remove this part so you can get easily access to the meat. This one, and make sure to slice it off very gently. There you go. And right now we are going to remove the pelvic part. As much as possible, don't leave any kind of or don't leave any meat right from the bone. As you can see, there's still a joint right here. If you want to get more access to the meat, all you have to do is put your knife right here, push this one, just let the knife do the trick, and there you go. There you go. Make sure to set aside the bones, since some of the customers asking for the bones for sometimes they want to do some soup. All you have to do is slice this one using a bone cutter or whatsoever, and you can sell it. And make sure to keep the excess fat as well, because some of the customers trying to use this one on making shawarma flavorings, etc., etc. All right, and let's go ahead and remove the shank part. Let's make some trimmings. Make sure to locate the joint. There you go. There's the joint. Yeah. There you go. Yeah. We have successfully removed the shank part. This is the shank part. We can boneless this one also, okay? But we will going to do that later. We will going to set aside the shank first. And right now we're going to parts the lamb leg for top side, knuckle, silver side, and sometimes I use the back of my knife just to remove all the excess meat into the bone, like that. Okay. It's actually by request if the customer doesn't want to, so you don't have to use the back of your knife. I said from the very beginning, as much as possible, don't leave any kind of meat into the bone. There we go. There you go. Make sure to set aside the bones. It's right here. And don't forget to use your knife, the honing steel. There you go. Now we have a boneless lamb leg. Now we're going to remove the knuckle part. And this is the knuckle part right here. I will cut this one slower so you can see it properly. The muscle has corresponding gaps. There you go. Now we are working on the knuckle part. Make sure you don't damage the meat. No. There you go. Right now we have what we have on hand is the knuckle part. This one. Okay, we will set this one side here, right here. And then we will work on the top side. There you go. Now we have the top side. This one's good for steak, stroganoff, thin slices, and fondue. It depends on the customer requests. Set this one. We have the top side right here. Now we're going to get the silver side. I didn't do the trimmings because most of the customers asking for the fat of the lamb. It's actually by customer request. Here you go. Now we are working on the silver side. Yes, this is the silver side. This is the silver side. They call it the silver side just because of this. Yeah. At the side of the silver side, you can see this one, the eye round. This side. Okay. Now, if the customers ask for a trim of the fat, you can do so. Just be careful because some of its meat are very much intact with the fat. So just be careful. As much as possible, don't include any kind of meat on the fat while you do the trimmings. I think that's enough. So right now we have the top side, the silver side, as well as the knuckle, and the remaining part would be the rump. Now this is the rump part. It's kind of a little bit small, but it's still good. You still can make a steak out of it. This one of the softest part of the lamb leg. It's for me it's a first choice. If you want to do some soup, you can include the bone out of this part. And as you can see, it has a lot of fat. so make sure you don't remove all of it. You can do some trimmings, and make sure you don't include any kind of meat as much as possible. You can do the trimmings, because sometimes most of the customers ask you why it has a lot of fat, and you include it to your weighing scale. Just clean the meat before you sell it. Alright, right now we do have the rump part, we have the knuckle, we have the silver side, we have the top side. And now we were going to work on the shank. Alright, let's go ahead and do the boneless. You remove the bone. The most important thing is, now if you have a very slippery gloves, make sure to change it. Oh, sorry. Wash your hands first. Alright. You change gloves because sometimes your knife will become more slippery, so it will protect you. Protect yourself, and to avoid hurting yourself. Sometimes the customers ask you for the shin part right here. This is the shin. It's a little bit small because it's unlike the beef leg. It has a very big shin. So this is if the customer is asking for a shin, you can give this one. This one is the shin right here. Okay. And this one is the shank. There you go. This is the whole shank part. And make sure to separate the bones. Okay? And we have the knuckle. We have the shin. We have the silver side. We have a top side, and of course the rump part. Alright, make sure to clean all the mess, and make sure to hone your knife as much as possible. Once again, thank you for watching. My name is Adrian Malonzo. Have a good day.